Ready?
Yep. Welcome back to Stunt Stories. You know, I always get a smile on my face when I hear that intro because it was from a guy that was the drummer from a band called Foreigner. Ron Wixow is his name. Still doing tours and laying down tracks, but he came up with that whole riff for that, and I was like, "Damn, that's good." At least I thought so.
That's amazing. It's worked out. We're using it.
Yeah.
I like it.
And it's got a good backstory to it.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's real cool. What is it, Hollywood Stuntman? Is that the music video?
That's the music video. You could go see it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Hollywood Stuntman.
What did you say? Was something about Seagal?
Hey, Seagal, take it from me. You better stay away from Chuck Z.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Steven Seagal. No, that was Van Damme. Hey, Seagal, there ain't no doubt. Gene LaBelle, yeah, he choked you out.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So how you been, Corey? I heard you were sick a couple
Oh,
days.
my gosh. I felt like I did a motorcycle lay down and then a car hit and then got punched in the stomach from some actor.
Oof.
You know who punched me one time in the face and shouldn't have? It was Billy Baldwin. And we were doing Backdraft, a Ron Howard film. Robert De Niro was in it, and Scott Glenn and Kurt Russell. Very cool guy, Kurt Russell, man. But yeah, Billy Baldwin accidentally punched me in the face when we were doing a fight. I'm like, but yeah, I was sick. I had the flu that was been going around and kicking everybody's butts, you know. And but it came at a good time because we just got these two puppy dogs.
Mm-hmm.
They need no attention at all. You know,
None at all. Okay.
Yeah. They don't poop in the house. You don't have to get up at 3 a.m. to go clean it. So, you know, I knew I could get a good night's sleep, and that, and then my wife just got a little pony. And so what's always great is when you're sick to your stomach and, you know, your eyeball, it feels like their thumbs are in the back of your eyeballs and you got a massive headache, that the pony gets out. And we know that the other horses don't like that little shit. So they chase it and then they try to kick it. And Sally's screaming and the twins who are all trying to get this pony that doesn't want to be caught in the middle of the night. And it was cold. I think it might have been like 1 degrees. It was chilly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually today's the first day in about maybe a week that I feel good.
Yeah.
So maybe the whole thing's behind me. I hope.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
With some whiskey?
Yeah.
Knock that sickness out.
Yeah, that can do it.
I have some back there. I have a bottle that hasn't even been opened yet.
Oh no, what kind?
I don't know. Let me go grab it.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Maybe we'll just do that another time.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't be promoting any whiskey yet. I don't know. There's gonna be a time.
Yeah, somebody's gonna be like, "Hey, we see our bottle back there. Yeah, we'll definitely sponsor."
Because I am a whiskey drinker.
As am I.
Yeah. So
might have to go drink me some. My throat's kind of scratchy right now.
If you want, go grab some.
Did you get me sick, Corey?
I might just come in the room. I told you.
You breathed on me. You came in. You're like, "Hi."
But you said that you had the sickness before.
Yeah.
Right.
Mine was just more like I was just like congested. I was blowing out nasty stuff. I was hogging up nasty shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But sorry to hear that.
That's what I felt like when I smoked cigarettes back in the day. So I was like,
yeah.
I haven't smoked cigarettes in years.
So you're saying you're a quitter?
For that?
Yes, I am. I'm a quitter.
Now, I do have. Oh, remember? Here's that picture of you jumping.
Yeah.
And there's Al Wyatt.
Al Wyatt Jr. That is just, and it's so funny. I think I mentioned last time, he said to me, he goes, "How come you didn't wave? I was looking right at you."
I'm sorry, my attention's that way.
Yeah, I was looking where I was going, Alan.
I'm going like, what, 60 plus? I'm in the air, 200 feet later, you know?
Yeah. You know that that was in 06, 2006, there was 118,000 people. That was the biggest Duke Fest there ever was.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying in any means or any way, shape, or form it's because I haven't been back since. But after that, it plummeted. It has never been the same. And I don't know, everything kind of runs its course and becomes,
Mm-hmm.
I think, but yeah, it was something else. And I had been working on Transformers, the first one. I think it was the first one. We were in Alamogordo, New Mexico, all nights, and just exhausted, and then flew in to come do this. And actually, I was going to pass on it. And I remember Alma, Ben Jones, who played Cooter, his wife Alma, really produced these Dukes Fests. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I could. Oh, Corey, we really need you to. There's a lot of people, you know. I'm like, okay, I'll show up. And then I walked in,
Yes.
I'm like, holy smoke, she wasn't lying.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah. That was the Dukes Fest. I think I told you about where the father got mad at me because I didn't honk the horn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, I'm sorry.
Gosh, can't please everybody. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to remember the name of that show.
It's I don't what was it?
Uh
It was some you were in Boston.
yes. Now the gentleman to on the right there, Tom McComas, he is the double of Ben Affleck. So it's with Ben Affleck, and Ben was directing this. And we had to drive those old cars.
Was it The Town?
No. Gosh darn it. I forget because it was the last movie that Ben Affleck directed, I think. But you do enough films and TV shows. I mean, people think you're full of shit because you can't remember. I'm like, I'm sorry. I've done over 150 features and over 1,000
Argo?
TV shows. No. Uh, where live by night. Live by night. Go right up, down, right there. Yep, that was it. Live by night. Really don't have any incredible stories to tell about that particular movie for me.
Nothing crazy happened.
No, just had a good time. It was just fun.
I like those old movies like that. I thought that would be so cool to act in something like that, dressing like that, in the
Yeah.
old cars and hey, Shane.
Yeah, you fall into some character. Like, who the hell are you?
Yeah,
Call me Gus.
I'm good.
Yeah, that was a good time. And I've never seen the film actually either.
I don't think I've seen it either. Joe was once a good man. Well, oh man, that outfit though, man.
Yeah, and we were still cold.
Really, I remember you talked about this one.
Oh yeah, that was here in Texas when I did the stunt stories.
Yeah,
Came out and I saw that auditorium and took a shot of it to say, can't believe that they're actually going to have me do this, tell some stunt stories. It wasn't just all for me. It was they had other people, other actors and directors, and who was that director? Oh my gosh, he did. Oh shoot, I forget the name of the movies he's done. You'd be like, oh really? Yeah. There's this at the time pretty famous director, and we flew in together, and they picked us up in a limousine and brought us there. And gosh, I forget. Doggone it.
the Tap House whenever they get their new building open, I think it'd be cool to have a night where you go and do a Stunt Stories live.
Oh, I'd love to.
That'd be cool. Because I'm cool with her and stuff, and I'd get her to post it on their Facebook, like, hey, he was in the original Dukes of Hazzard, Fall Guy, Cobra, all these movies and shows and stuff. If y'all have any questions or anything, we'll have it. He comes up and he'll talk for a little bit, and then,
I've got tons of footage to show him. The other thing I think is fun is because I get asked, I fly a lot, so I'm on the plane, and whoever you sit next to, and sometimes you have no conversation at all, but I always talk to people, in the elevator and stuff. My kids are like, Dad, you don't know them. I go, but I do now.
Yeah, that's her. She's like,
Yeah.
you just know everybody, and I'm like, I just like talking.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? Being,
Yeah.
you know, I like when my one daughter Tanner and I were flying from Dallas Fort Worth into LAX, and I said, we flew into John Wayne Airport, and I said, before we get on the plane, we have to compliment 3 women on their fingernails. She's like, Dad, I go, yeah, it's a must. It's bad luck if you don't. And so through the process of finding women, you know, like, hi, how are you doing today? Oh my gosh,
I love your nails.
your nails are the most beautiful I've seen. You know, it's just fun stuff to do. You know.
And you change somebody's day too, especially like, you know, she might have just got her nails done. She's like, man, I don't know about these. Then you're like, oh, you have beautiful nails. And she's like, thank you. And then you're like, you just made that person's day.
You know what else I do? And I'll tell you, because I'll do it right in front of you someday. And you're like, yeah, he told me he did that. We're in a restaurant and waitress comes up, and usually hopefully it's an older woman, or whatever store we're in, and you're dealing with this you know, elderly woman. And I go, oh my gosh, your hair looks so beautiful today. Oh, thank you so much. I go, because the other day it was
bad.
It was a disaster. And then they get all offended. So like you give them this big compliment, and then you just rip it out from underneath.
It's calm before the storm, huh? I love doing that with people, especially like comedic wise, you know, like you telling them something, they're like, oh, and then you flip it and they're like, oh,
okay.
Yeah, you are messed up in the head.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that stadium there, answer is yes. I'd love to do something here in Texas, so Stunt Stories, and I just need a place to show up and just have a mic and a projector to show this stuff, and we'll kill it. It'd be fun. And I know what I was going to say. The other photo that I have of all the celebrities that I've worked with, right? It's fun. I bring that up, and I say, hey, pick someone in the audience. Hey, you, okay, pick someone. Who would you want to know? You know, of all these stars, Michael Jackson or Demi Moore or
who was an ass, who
George
was nice,
Clooney, yeah. And so everyone get a chance to pick.
Yeah.
And I had this guy that'd take a microphone in the audience and give it to him. Well, what was it like working with Brad Pitt? I go, just one of the nicest human beings ever. That to the crew and to the stuntmen, it reminded me a lot of gosh, I'm drawing a blank on his name. I tell you, I'm getting old. Help me out here. He did Fast and Furious.
Paul Walker?
Paul Walker. The guy I have the tattoo on my back that says life's too short, because that's what he would always say. Paul Walker. And tell me your name again real quick.
John.
Skylar. Oh my God, dude. I tell you, lately, just like the past week, my memory has just been...
It's that sickness.
Let's blame it on the sickness.
You were down with the sickness.
Down with the sickness, and it stole some of my brain. Just like I can't remember that director's name that did all those films that were like...
if you could just say one movie, I probably could find it. Or no.
Yeah. Got it. What other fun photos you got? Oh, this is a real tree. They were really... Oh, and I didn't see it?
I guess not. I kind of I was bored one night, and I was just sitting there going through a bunch of stuff, and I was like, just screenshotting a bunch of photos and everything. Here, you can talk about this one real quick, and I'm gonna go grab that bottle of whiskey real quick.
Okay, pour me a little shot too, if you don't mind. Oh my gosh, that's my son there, by the way, the short one.
Yeah.
The tall one, that's Russell Solberg, who was John Schneider's double for the TV show The Dukes of Hazzard. And really, Russell did most of the physical stunts for John, most of the dangerous stunts for John. Yes, he did eventually end up jumping the General Lee, but he did things like I was driving the General Lee, and a helicopter comes alongside, and we're shooting out this place called Indian Dunes, and there's a rope, like a rope, ladder, and I'm doing 60 miles an hour in the General Lee over asphalt, and this helicopter brings this rope up alongside the passenger window, where Russell is in the passenger seat, and I'm doubling Luke Duke, and there's no rehearsal. This is not a rehearsed thing. He needs to grab a hold of that ladder and climb onto it so that the helicopter can pull him out of the General Lee and fly off across the valley out there in Santa Clarita. No rehearsal, no pads, and I couldn't believe when he went and he just grabbed a hold of the first rung that he saw, that the cue came over the walkie-talkie from Paul Baxley. Now jerk him out of there. And the helicopter just banked off to the right, and I just saw cowboy boots go out the window. And I'm like, holy shit. I had to look back to see if he was actually still hanging. Oh, thank you. Cheers to you. Thank you, Skylar. And so with now typically in the film industry, doing a stunt like that, you're going to have a harness on, and you're going to get clipped in. So if you lost your grip, you wouldn't fall. Russell had nothing but his own arms and hand strength. Thank God he was a professional steer wrestler, and that's what he would do every weekend. He would grab a hold of a 450-pound steer and hang on to it. So when he grabbed a hold of that rope, and he said later on he heard Paul say, "Now jerk him out of there," over the walkie-talkie. He just grabbed on like he's hanging onto his steer and had to win, Cheyenne, Wyoming. But he said after he flew out there, now he's flying over Magic Mountain and doing he's 300-400 feet in the air. And you start getting tired. And he's like trying to, adjust his grip. And finally he got his foot down on one of the rungs, and then they came in to land him and bring him down. But yeah, so that's Russell. But yeah, back to this photo we have on the screen here. This was on the General Lee's, the 25th anniversary of its first jump ever. Gosh, with the memory again. It was either in Covington or Conyers, Georgia. I forget which, because I've jumped the General Lee in both Covington and Conyers. But anyway, that was my son right there coming in to say, "Oh, Dad, you're okay." Because we didn't have any weights for the trunk, the vehicle to counterbalance it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just did a big lawn dart and flipped over, and didn't hurt. It wasn't bad. But yeah, that's where that photo's from.
And how's your son now? What do you think of the whiskey?
It's got a bite to it.
Yeah, I've never tried this before.
Yeah, that's good though. It's not. I'm not going to say.
It's actually
It's a good taste. I'm not going to say it's smooth though. What's that?
Tarleton Wrestling.
It's what?
Tarleton Wrestling, like the college here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of the people. He's been to the tap house, and I think they have a bottle there. But my buddy bought it one night, and he's like, "I don't know if I'll drink it here. You can have it." And I was like, "All right, cool." I was like, "We'll drink it on the podcast one day."
Yeah,
So.
yeah, and here we are.
And I mean, I know you like whiskey, so I was like, "Okay, I'll save it for him for sure. If you want any more, just let me know."
Okay, cool. Thanks.
These are those glasses that kind of like
That don't fall over.
Nope.
Perfect.
Well, I'm sure you probably could knock it over if you drank half that bottle, but
Yeah.
That's cool. And your son's name's Casey, right?
Casey. Yeah, and I got Casey into the film business for a while. We actually worked on a Transformers movie together. He did a bunch of films and TV shows, and just didn't like the consistent inconsistency of it.
Right.
And he went back to Detroit with me, and Phoenix, Arizona, and Los Angeles, and I tell you, there's really was a relief when he decided he wanted to just work for his stepdad in the hardwood floor industry. It's not just safer; it's more consistent. It's there's some stability there with knowing that you've got a job every week. And also, I know of other stuntmen. Ronnie Rondell, his son Reed, was killed. He was a stuntman. He's killed when he was 23 years old on a TV show called Airwolf. Did I tell you that already?
I think you've talked about Airwolf.
Yeah. Reed Rondell was one of the most natural, talented. If you ever had a competition to be an all-around world champion stuntman, he'd win it every time because he could do everything.
Right.
And we did a show together, a feature film called Daryl, D.A. Daryl, in Tampa, Florida. we did a 3-car stunt together on a bridge. And he and Mike Tillman are going to hit these pipe ramps. And we're doing 65 miles an hour on this bridge. And I'm jumping a car. Now, I know that when I land, I'm going to be able to steer my vehicle a little bit, one way or the other. When you're doing a pipe ramp and you're flipping and tumbling and you're hitting and going, you don't have control of the vehicle. And the side rails were only like the height of a K rail. They weren't very high at all. And I'm thinking, there's nothing stopping those vehicles from catching a corner panel and getting a little pop and flipping right over the top of that thing to about 35 feet to the ground below. And anyway, we did the stunt. And in the Stuntmen's Association, they have a photo of it. I may have a photo of it somewhere. But I'm the only one who's still alive. Reed was killed on Airwolf. Mike Tillman was killed from doing a pipe ramp and went into a coma and never came out. But so knowing that my son would be stepping into an industry that already had a dad with a reputation of, going for it, because that was the only thing I thought. I said, I'm not the most talented guy, so I'll have to try to outdo them with, full throttle.
Right.
And with that, there's some repercussions, But so I'm like, if my son doesn't want to follow that path, great.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry at night,
Yeah. That's cool. And is he back in Detroit, or where's he live now?
He's in Los Alamos, California. He's still in Cali.
Right on. I got a couple more pictures of you and him, so I'm sure the next one will probably be. Actually, I'll pull up one of them. Don't look at any of these pictures, Corey.
I've never seen them before.
Oh, where are they at? Let's just go to this one.
That's me on the left. That was from Terminator Genesis.
Is that the fourth one?
I don't know. We were in New Orleans with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And that crazy thing that I just thought there's a friend of mine, Scott Romine, who loves all that shit. And I'm like, I got to take this picture for Scott. Terminator Genesis. And I actually doubled Arnold Schwarzenegger in that movie.
Did you?
Driving a armored truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, crashing through a building into a store.
Oh, I do have one video. Oh, I forgot about this. Let me see if I can find it real fast.
See, what's fun about this is it's not predictable. I don't know where we're going to go with this stuff.
Yeah, it's like my ADHD. It's everywhere.
Yeah, going down memory lane.
Which one was it?
Cobra, you're the disease and I'm the cure. Remember that line? What? Oh.
Yeah. I remember this episode.
I haven't seen this cut together. Lone Star 911.
Yes, sir. Bam.
Something bad's going to happen.
Skirt.
Oh, they had a drone. I didn't even know that. What happened? We lost it?
Oh, that was it.
Oh.
I did like a little screen record of it. Can't
because it rolled.
Can't get in trouble if they can't hear it.
Yeah. They, or you go, hey, I'll tell you what, that Lone Star 911 is such a great show. You guys got to see that. We're promoting the show. It's with Rob Lowe. It was so funny, though. I think I was telling you about this when I did this. I live in Texas. This is supposed to take place in Texas.
Yeah.
But I got to fly to Long Beach, California to do a stunt that was supposed to take place in Texas.
I know some of the scenes I'm going to sit there and I'm like, that's not Texas, bro. You'd be dying in that heat or something.
Yeah.
You know? Like, no, come on. I've been here my whole life.
Yeah, that armored truck was a thumper, man. That was not comfortable.
Oh, is this one?
Oh, Get Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nominated for a Taurus World Stunt Award for this show. Doubling him. And is that a Cadillac? That's the car I drove. Yeah, we had fun on this chase.
Yeah, because you said it was you and your buddy was in the other car, right?
Yeah. And also my good friend Spiro Rosatos was the second unit director who shot all this stuff. He's very, very gifted action director.
I'm gonna show you something because when I'm this is like the type of person I am. When I'm watching movies like this, I catch those little details and I'm like,
What did you catch?
you'll see, because I can probably pause it right on the same spot.
This was the show I was telling you about when Al Wyatt Jr. jumped the car behind me.
Yeah,
That's who I did the chase with. Alan was behind me.
who's that guy?
Yeah, that looks like Corey. Hey, that ain't Sly.
That's not Sly.
Yeah.
But dude, that's I like that slide right there. That was, and then boop boop.
Yeah. That was a good handling car, and it was a little downhill camber, and it gave you a chance to show off a little bit. But yeah, that was a fun chase to do. And it's funny because I'm like, yeah, here I am doubling Stallone again, driving down an alleyway again. Right here, this is the shot when I straighten out that Alan came and landed on top of me from behind. Right? Yeah, we did it. And
Right.
That's why they couldn't use it, because he crushed my car. How does this end? I wonder what's the longest car chase in the history of filmmaking.
We'll definitely investigate on
Yeah,
that.
because this might come in either first or second. So long.
Because I mean, it even goes to the point where he like stops and turns around, and then he goes after them.
Wow.
But you were in the car the whole time, right? Like all this.
Wherever you don't see Sly, that would be me. Yes. I'm trying to recall. Yeah, we were up in were we in Seattle? I think we were in Seattle, Washington, or
I'm trying to see if I can see a license plate.
I remember that.
Dang, the shaggin' wagon. And that's the guy from Scrubs. You ever watch that show?
Oh, I thought he was from Beverly Hills Cop. No. I forget his name. That was a horrible 180. I think Sly did that.
It had to be. It had to be.
Yeah, it wasn't snappy.
Because you would have busted like a 360 and then
Yeah.
Another 180 with it.
That looked lame. It's so funny too, though. You do things sometimes on your first take, and they're like, okay, we got it. I'm like, no. I thought we were just kind of doing a rehearsal.
Here's your near hit. Because it's not a near miss.
Oh, that's right. And I remember Alan did that. Alan Wyatt flipped over that car right there.
On that little rail right there.
Yeah.
It's funny. I mean, it's a good scene, but then, me being the little nerd I am, I see that rail and I'm like, why is that rail like that?
Oh, angled like that?
Yeah, because it's like all the way down to the bottom.
Right. There's not a rail in any city that's like that. Is that the thing you were talking about? You pointed out?
No, it was whenever you were going sideways.
Oh,
then,
yeah, you could see
you,
it.
but then also the rail too. I was like, yeah, come on.
Yeah.
It was almost 4 minutes.
That's a long car chase.
And just
That I didn't do that. That was Sly.
yeah, that was him. See, I was gonna ask you about that, like, cause I know they have stunt drivers and stuff, but like, there's a couple of times the actors will get in the car and kind of drive a little bit, won't they? Or
Yeah. There's some that they'll build a trust and go, okay, you have some skill, you have concern for everybody around you, and it's the consistency.
right?
If they're constantly on the mark every time, you're like, okay, we trust you.
Yeah.
The
other day I was pulling into work and like it's all gravel, or whatever, and I'm like just cruising. It's a big area, and I was like, traction control off. Yeah, still got it. Now.
Oh my gosh, it's my pops. He just turned 87 on the 8th.
Really?
Yeah. 87 years old. He's probably, 12 right there? On KRLA.
With him, yeah.
He was the radio disc jockey on KRLA, which was the #1 rock and roll radio station in Los Angeles. And that's where he was when he received the cassette from the Beatles saying, hey, could you play this on your radio station?
That's so cool.
And that's when he got the idea to produce their very first concert at the Hollywood Bowl in 1964. That's something.
That's crazy.
And my pops, he's got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for being a radio disc jockey, not for doing the Newlywed Game for 23 years. Apparently, he didn't do that well enough.
Everybody got a divorced.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll give you something. How about for being a radio disc jockey?
Yeah, that's cool. If I ever go to California, I want to go and see that. I want to go see his star. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah,
I know that guy.
my wife took our daughters, our twins, when they were like 5 or 6. They're young. They didn't care. That's your grandpa's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Can we go home now? You know.
How do your daughters feel about you being like the stunt man and stuff?
They don't. I'm their dad. They don't care.
Yeah.
But then their friends find out, or I'll give you an example. My son, when he was growing up, same thing. And then I did, the name of the freaking film. It was like the stoner movie of the year.
Dazed and Confused. Oh, Pineapple Express.
Pineapple Express. That's what it was. And they were like, your dad worked on Pineapple Express. And like, yeah.
Yeah, but he's not James Franco. Chill out.
Yeah. But then they found out, I did all these movies and stuff. And all of a sudden, your children only think you're cool if their friends do. Otherwise, you're just dad.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't have kids, so.
Yeah, that's how it is. They don't care about you or what you just went through. Like you showed that armored truck, and that thing weighed 25,000 pounds, had a 10-inch cannon with 1,000 psi. I know that doesn't mean anything to anybody, but it's like firing this cannon into the asphalt, and it flips you, and it tweaked my back so bad. And the roll cage was right up to the outside. I mean, to the inside, the rooftop of there was no crumple zone. It just tweaked my back so bad. I'm like, oh my God.
You're just getting shaken around in there.
Yeah, just tweaked. And then to have to go, that was a Wednesday. And then the following Tuesday to go do another cannon roll on Lincoln Lawyer. That flipped over 6 times out into the desert, and that one gave me a mild concussion. It was just, you shake your brain inside your skull too hard, too often. You get a bruise, man. You lose your memory. You can't remember directors' names, and so. But your kids don't care. Dad, I was great. Okay, good.
Can I have $50?
Yeah. Why are you walking funny? Oh, just trip coming up the walkway.
Yeah. Pulled a hammy. I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Stallone. There's a good story behind this.
Y'all all kind of look the same.
Here's now. Yeah, this for me, this was a big deal because it had been 35 years since he and I had seen each other.
Right.
And I was sitting in this vehicle that he was going to climb into, but he was talking to the director. Yeah, there we are, 1985. With Terry Leonard, legendary Terry Leonard, the stunt coordinator. But I hadn't seen Sly in 35 years, and he's looking at me, and I'm dressed like him, so he knows I'm his double, but he's trying to be respectful and listen to the director, but he keeps looking over at me and listening to the director, and finally the director...
He's like, who's that good-looking guy?
Yeah, finally the director finishes and walks away, and we make eye contact, and I point right at him, and I go, didn't you do a boxing movie years ago? He goes, oh, Corey, I thought that was you. And I get out and we give each other a big hug. And he goes, you're still doing this? I go, oh, I'm still doing this. You were doing this when I was in high school. Okay. But the gentleman on the other side of him, Freddie Poole, he took over being Stallone's stunt double.
Okay.
Yeah, an incredible stuntman, martial artist, tough as nails, second unit director, extremely talented. But Sly's doing a little trick there with his shirt. He pulls his shirt like that so you don't see his belly. Because when he's not doing that with his shirt,
kind of looks like me standing up.
He's got a little belly real estate.
My grandpa call it a dicky do. Because your stomach sticks out further than your dicky do.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's either a very big stomach or you're deprived in the other area.
My stomach's not that big.
But yeah, it was so and real quick, then on that day, Eric Norris, Chuck Norris's son,
Mm-hmm.
was working with us, and happened to call. And so he's on his cell phone. Yeah, hey, Dad. No. Hey, guess who I'm with? Yeah, I'm working with Sly. No way. Yeah, let me talk to him. So he hands over the phone to Sly Stallone. So you got Sylvester Stallone and Chuck Norris having a conversation. Well, that just shuts down your production. You can't do a shot.
No.
Your lead actor is now having a conversation with his old buddy while you're supposed to be filming, right?
You're gonna tell him to get off the phone with Chuck Norris,
Right. Yeah.
the guy who pushes the earth every time he does push-ups.
Yeah. The earth goes down.
Yeah.
He doesn't go up. He pushes the earth down. So anyway, that was a fun time for me on that show.
This was Tulsa King, wasn't it?
Yes. Tulsa King. Great.
Such a
Honest to
great
God.
show, dude.
I loved it.
I know. And then on the end of season 2, I was like, hurry up.
I know. It's such good writing, and he plays that character. Who else would play that? No.
Nobody.
You know, it's maybe back in the day when De Niro was kind of that, but
Not now.
not now.
Mm-mm.
He
He just, I don't know. He just puts off that like I'll kick your ass, but then he's also got like that, like he's like, I got a heart still, in a way, you know.
yeah.
I like that.
It's-
You gonna be in season 3?
If they need any vehicular stunts, I would sure hope that Freddie Poole would call me.
That'd be cool.
But
Better call him Freddie.
yeah, Freddie. Actually, he did.
Oh.
Actually, he did, and I was working on Lioness and couldn't go. He wanted me to go and do a little, not a car chase, but some car footage and actually go out with a separate unit and shoot it for him, and I couldn't make it. So, but I mean, Freddie can also drive. It's got to be something pretty intricate, involved. But
Right. I like how like y'all both have like the
tats,
tattoo.
yeah, they put the tats on you. It's funny because sometimes I've had tats on my neck, on my face, and all that stuff. And then you get off work and you're tired. You just want to drive home. And I'm like, I can't make it. I'm too tired. I got to pull into a 7-Eleven or someplace and get some coffee. And you walk in and people look at you. And I'm like, I've even had blood out of my head. There was fake blood.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't want to go in the makeup trailer and have them take it off. I just wanted to go home.
Right.
You forget it's there.
Trust me, I'm working with shit, and sometimes I get it on me, and I'm like, dude, I don't care. I just want to fucking go home
Yeah. So I don't
and
care.
burn these clothes.
I don't care what they think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good day, great show, and highly recommend it.
You definitely look a lot more fit than he does. At least you don't have to pull your shirt down.
Yeah, at least I'm not pulling my shirt out. I probably would have to now, but
That'd be really cool to get him on the podcast.
yeah, that's not impossible because two ways I could get out to. I could call Freddie Poole or his brother Frank, who I used to box with. Frank used to teach me. We used to spar together.
I'd rather have Frank on then.
Really?
Yeah, let's get Frank on. You used to box with him, dude. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that would be really cool. Speaking of boxing, I actually got a picture. You're gonna love this one.
How'd you get these pictures?
I got my ways.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I am like 12 years old. Look at the freaking hair.
Yeah, I can see. Look, now I can see why you doubled Bieber.
Yeah.
You had the original Belieber hair, huh?
Yeah, totally. I can't tell you where that was other than,
That was for Sting.
no, that was at an actual event. I used to fight at a place called the Olympic Auditorium, the Stardust Ballroom. That's probably where that is, probably the Stardust Ballroom.
Yeah, I just cropped that part of you. I didn't get the other person.
But yeah, every Tuesday night they'd have these fights there and we'd go and oh my God. Now that's actually, you turn that right side up because
Yeah,
I'm
so we
hanging
could-
upside down.
Yeah, so we could,
See
get a
who it
little-
is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on. I've got the video.
On a rotisserie.
Or it might have been, I think you sent me the video.
And they were spinning me.
It's this one.
Yes. Called Hollywood Adventure. It was a Chinese film that never released in the U.S. And look at that. It really looked like he was there. They did a good job of making it look like because there was nobody there.
Yeah.
But what was challenging for me on that was the cannon pole. We had to put a trench plate on the ground. Yeah, I'm looking at him.
And he's like, what?
Are you what? Hey. That's just funny shit, isn't it?
Oh, man.
That's just funny.
I have the video too where he's not laying there, like it's the original or whatever and stuff like that. But your thing was like that when they tell you not to hit the building, so you're like,
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was luck.
yeah.
It would. I'd love to say, yeah, that was all skill. Driver.
Okay, hold on. Let's cut it. Ready? No, that was all skill, right, Corey?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I practiced that a couple weeks ahead of time. Yeah, but they were adamant you cannot hit that building structure, and then I go, well, in theory, I could.
I can.
Yeah, but I'm getting the feeling you don't want me to. Who the hell?
Looks like the lead singer of Nickelback.
What was that
photograph?
Was that for Mayans? Maybe. I don't know.
It could have been. I think I just went on your Instagram and just kind of got a bunch of photos and stuff.
Oh yeah, there's some crazy. You never know when you go into there. There you go. You never know. Josh Holloway, that's who I'm doubling on. Duster, another good film, TV series, Netflix that's going to come out.
Oh, so this isn't even out yet?
No, but already the reviews that they send it out, screen it, get some some feedback.
Right.
Everyone's like, "Oh my god, this is great storytelling." It's back in the '70s. Josh Holloway from
I can tell by the hair.
Yeah. What was he in Lost? Remember the series, the show Lost?
Oh yeah, I remember watching that. I was probably in 4th grade when that came out.
Really?
2003, 2004.
Okay, maybe it was. But yeah, he was a star of that. Really nice guy.
I remember when that came out too, because I was watching it as a kid. I was kind of like, "What the hell is this?" And then it was like a polar bear or something like that, and I was just like, "In a jungle." I don't don't really remember it. I just watched like the first couple episodes, and I was like, I don't know what I'm watching.
But yeah, that was a fun show. Troy Brown, call him Tugger. He was a stunt coordinator and shoot second unit, and just phenomenal stuntman, just incredibly talented all the way around. Maybe in a little bit. Thanks.
I got this one too.
What is that?
This one's a rabbit hole.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good. High gold.
Yeah, maybe in a bit I might have some more of the what you just fed me. But yeah, that's going to, I hope I'm not speaking, without knowing because I haven't seen it. But from what I've heard, it's really gotten powerful reviews. Like
it's called Duster.
Duster.
Okay.
And I drive that red car behind me is a Plymouth Duster.
Well, let's see if they have anything out on it yet.
That was me doing that reverse 180 right there. Now, Josh Holloway, he can drive.
Yeah.
He's actually very skilled. But Troy Brown, he likes to invent these pretty complicated maneuvers and situations and stuff. And
oh, it's going to be on HBO Max.
Oh, what did I say? Netflix?
Netflix. Same thing.
Yeah. I like this whole new format of the streaming where you could sit down and just watch like 5 or 6 episodes in a row if you want to.
Oh, yeah. Like they'll release like a season or whatever, and you can kind of just binge it.
Yeah.
But we're bad. We'll wait until like 2 or 3 seasons into a show, and then we'll start it. So
yeah.
That way we can sit there and
not suffer for 6 months or a year waiting for the next block to come out.
Yeah. That's why Tulsa King, we were kind of like we're like, damn, it's such a good show. But then I was like, damn, when's season 3 is going to be out,
Now, this photo here, do you know where that's taken?
Dubai.
Yeah. How'd you know that?
Because you kind of look like people from Dubai. No, I'm just kidding. No, like I said, I kind of just, I did a lot of research. So,
well, I don't know the name of the actor, but apparently the actor I am doubling is more famous than any American actor. If you look at the world, more famous. Who's the most famous actor we got right now? Who's at the top? You said, guess.
Shit. I'm sure, Robert Downey Jr. Chris Hemsworth. I don't know. These like people like, that's who I can think of. But I'm thinking of like superhero movies because it's like they play that everywhere, you know.
But this guy is the most famous actor, I guess, in the world. And I can't remember his name. I hope he doesn't see this and get pissed.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
If he gets mad, he can call in.
Yeah.
Dang, now I want to try to figure out what movie.
Oh, wait. Go down to the one of Michael Bay and I leaning against that car. I thought that was so funny at Michael Bay, Corey Banks. Is there a stunt we haven't already done?
I feel like he said that and you looked at him like,
yeah.
Huh.
We're trying to come up with an idea. Because that's some of the times he and I would just step off to the side and just, make up shit. Well, what can we do here? We did that in London. He's like, he had like 45 minutes to kill. And he's like, hey, Corey, see this intersection? What can we do here? We can flip a car over and then have two other cars come and hit the nose and the tail end and spin it like a top. We can do that? I go, yeah. If we had 2 cars and a ramp. And so the next thing you know, we're building ramps, and I'll show you that footage. I have that. I'll have to send that to you.
Okay.
We actually did it. And it's like,
did you get to drive that car?
oh yeah.
Oh my God. What was that like?
Awesome.
Ah,
fast.
so cool. Yeah, I bet.
There was one thing that would, if you turned it too much, the wheel wells would hit the tires. Because you too sharp, and you're like, but and not much clearance on the front end. Like we're on you could see the scoop on the front. But yeah, just a freaking awesome car.
I bet, dude. See that I would love that kind of car.
And why did that go away? I don't know.
Yeah, should have just left it at that.
I know. That's the Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Not the other one.
Now, you said you worked in all Transformers movies, and you worked in Bumblebee, the movie? Did you drive that around?
I worked on Bumblebee, driving the original Camaro over the Golden Gate Bridge. I think it's the opening or the closing. I never saw the movie, but that's really all I did in that whole film was drive the Camaro, and it was kind of surreal because they shut down the Golden Gate Bridge, so I could drive across it.
That's so cool.
With this helicopter coming, and I'm like, and I've done a lot of shows in San Francisco. I've crossed over the Golden Gate Bridge many a time. I used to do a TV series up there called Crazy Like a Fox, and I shot Inner Space and Hulk and a bunch of shows. But to have the Golden Gate Bridge all to yourself, be able to turn around and go the wrong direction to go back to your number 1 starting position, you're like, who's going to arrest me?
Yeah. Who's going to stop me?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Oh my God. Dukes of Hazzard. I look like I'm 10.
You do look pretty young there.
10 and a half. Now, Mike Ryan, the other guy, he was one of the best motocross racers in the world. Phenomenal stuntman. He's no longer with us, a great loss, but man, just an unbelievable stuntman. Wait a minute. I say that he's no longer with us. I don't know that for a fact. So,
what was his name?
So, Mike, if you're still with us, buddy.
Mike what?
I'm sorry. Mike Runyard. Sorry, Mike Runyard. Is he still with us? He
doesn't say.
Yeah, I should go into how close, how tight we are as buddies. And I don't know if he's even still alive. Yeah, all those old school motocross. Does it say when he was born? Oh, well, born in 1901. Yeah, I know he's not with us anymore.
If he's not, he's going to come back and haunt you for saying that.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't see anything that says he's.
Okay. So glad he's still with us.
Well, he worked Iron Man.
So yeah, we were on that set that day, and that was something which Paul Baxter just wanted to have a reaction when the General Lee jumped and landed, and he just picked me and Mike. He said, "Jump up there on that forklift and just point and say something." And I forget what I said.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Huh. Oh my God, my album. I did an album.
Do you still have the album?
Oh yeah. I still have the album.
Speaking of that, I was thinking one day we should do like a podcast where we sit down and you watch Payback.
Oh, dude.
And then like kind of like discuss it a little bit, you know?
The thing about that is how cool would that be? Because no one's seen that movie. It never got a theatrical release. It never got on pay-per-view or on cable or on syndicated television. I think I told you about it because the negative got destroyed.
Yeah, it was in that shed that was at your at your dad's house and got tore down.
It got thrown away. Yeah, throw that in the dumpster. I go, no, that's the IP. That's the negative. That we, in order to make any dupes, you got to have that and the 2-inch master that goes with it, and that's all in the dumpster. Anyway, yeah, that would be cool. There's a lot of things. The backstory of stuff, you know, that Russell Solberg directed it. I wrote it and played the lead. Michael Ironside's in it.
Did you really get door checked in that? They really hit you with the door.
Oh yeah, that was Tommy Sermeno, the mechanic from Dukes of
When
Hazzard.
he came over that hill and you like turn and look and you're just running and you're just
Yeah,
like, shit.
he's like, bam! I go, just hit me with that door. That's what's gonna knock me down. And I go, don't hit me like a 12-year-old. Hit me hard. And he hit me pretty good. But yeah, that was a fun film. That would be fun to do. Go through there because we could stop, right, and talk about certain stuff. Yeah.
Because like we could like I'll probably have it set up. I'll figure out a way to be able to get that on the computer.
Things that might blow your mind going through that too is like the soundtrack was written by a man named Daryl Dragon. Remember the Captain and Tennille? Back in the 70s, there was a singing husband and wife. He was a piano keys, and the Captain and Tennille. Tony Tennille was the singer, and they were back in the. There's a song called "Muskrat Love," which brings me back to my album because whenever we would do a sound check, I got to open for Willie Nelson, by the way, which was super freaking cool at the Ventura Majestic Theater.
Ooh,
and I got to open for Merle Haggard, which was pretty freaking cool.
that's really cool.
But when you do your sound check, and Brian Haddon, who was my lead guitarist at that time, he would step up to the mic and he would sing Muskrat Love. People were like, what? You know, you have to hear the song and you'll get it. But my dad produced a talk show called The Tony Tennille Show. And he knew that working with Tony Tennille, that Daryl Dragon wanted to become a music composer for films. My dad's like, well, we're doing a film. Do you want to come? And I thought he did a very good job. You know, it wasn't like the little sappy love songs that they had produced. It was. I thought he did a very good job. Oh my gosh! Wow, that's Ilya Popov. Now, Ilya Popov, he's the guy on the right. That is one of the most successful special effects men ever. Today, the last time I worked with him, I was on Beverly Hills Cop 4. But we've done so much stuff, SWAT and just all kinds of films and TV shows together. Yeah, he's an incredible man and very talented and very nice. Doesn't work because he needs the money. He works because he loves. It's his passion. And yeah, just an incredible man.
Really cool. He looks like every one of my dad's cousins.
He's that man that and I watched it. I witnessed it. That when other special effects men are on the show, and he's there, because he came to visit when we were in Detroit on Beverly Hills Cop 4, that other special effects men will come up and ask to have their photo taken with him, like a freaking rock star.
Right.
And he'll go out there and take a photo. And
that's so cool.
Yeah, so what a great guy. I actually did, a few years ago, I did a Stunt Stories with him. And didn't even dive in deep enough. He's another guy we should get back on.
Him,
on the show.
What was his name? Eddie Hernandez?
Yeah.
And
Eddie's a great cat, man.
What you called it? It was Simon Rhee.
Yes. He's a legend.
Yeah.
Did you research him?
A little bit, yeah. And then listening to the podcast and stuff, him and Eddie, I was like, man, these guys sound cool as hell.
Oh my God, they got great stories.
I bet.
Heck yeah.
It'd be cool to have it to where y'all can see each other too and be like,
yes,
hey, you gotten old, and it's like, hey.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they say something, and I'll be like, that never happened.
Yeah. You can see my facial expression now.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That'll be fun. Oh my gosh.
Last picture for this segment, and then we'll get off of it.
May I explain this?
Yes, please.
Okay. That was just a thing I felt like doing that day.
This wasn't for nothing. I just felt like
you know, sometimes you're like, I just want to go walk around like Elvis Presley.
Hey, mama.
This was for a TV show we did called Lethal Weapon, and I was. What's funny about that particular show? I think I mentioned it to you. I was killed 7 times.
Yeah,
and that was one of the characters I played when I was killed on that show. Was the Elvis Presley impersonator.
You still got that outfit?
Oh God, yeah.
That's so
you don't get rid of that.
No.
Yeah.
you're like, no, all the clothes I wear in every movies are my clothes, and it's like, oh,
What was funny was the other stuntman that was working with me. He was also an Elvis Presley impersonator. We were shooting on Hollywood Boulevard, and you're walking around the crew and whatnot. These tourists would come up and ask if they could have a photo with you, and they would give us $5. And we took it.
yeah,
Give me the 5.
thank you.
Yeah. And the crew members are looking, going, wait a minute, he's with us. He's not here trying to. 'Cause there's people that'll do that on Hollywood Boulevard. They'll go down dressed as a superhero or something, like you're at Universal Studios, and people tip them, give them money, $5-10 to get a photo taken.
Some of them people have some really cool looking costumes out there.
Yeah.
Like I've seen the Batman one. He's all dressed up and it looks like Batman, and it's like, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I had money to just go buy that kind of suit and go stand out somewhere and be like, hey,
yeah,
take some pictures.
But yeah, that was that. But yeah, I got killed 7 times on that show.
I actually skipped a couple.
Yeah, that I couldn't believe that. This guy came up and handed that to me. First of all, in my defense, that guy, the little plastic thing, I'm not that tall. That looks way too tall. No, does
That's
that look like
life-size.
me? I hope
like,
not.
Looks like Robert Downey Jr.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And you know how many of those they've sold since 2019?
Like 4.
I think you may be close. I think 3. Yeah, I don't know.
You have one?
No.
I was gonna say, dude, if you had one, that'd be so cool to put up behind you. Those pictures, though, that one I had the other day.
Yeah.
I guess this action figure is supposed to be whatever this character is.
Maybe so. Yeah, because the tie is kind of close.
You're like, that was just my normal suit. We were on the red carpet.
Yeah, gosh, who makes a little doll figure of you? What do you do if you have a little doll like that? I'd squirt it with lighter fluid.
Yeah.
Here, do a full burn for me, Corey.
Yeah. This is the type of stunt I'll never do.
Yeah. Oh, there's Tommy Sermeno, the mechanic from Dukes of Hazzard.
Is he still kicking?
Oh, yes.
Need to get him on.
Yes, we can anytime because we could promote his book.
Oh, yeah, that would be really cool.
He has a book.
That'd be cool to have in the background.
Yes. Vietnam vet, worked the pilot from the pilot of the show all the way to the last episode. Nobody knew more about a 69 or 68 Dodge Charger than Tommy Sermeno.
That's so cool.
Great guy.
Where was that at?
It's right there. No, that's in a restaurant in Nashville, Tennessee, that I obviously don't know the name of.
Yeah, that was kind of a dumb question.
Yeah, I don't know. We were somewhere, and I was putting peace signs over his head.
I still got a couple more photos in here, but those will be we'll get to those later.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna ask you something earlier. Dang, I don't remember what it was.
Oh, my loss of memory has now
Thanks, Corey. You got me sick.
affected you. Yeah.
I was doing fine, and all of a sudden my nose started running. I can't remember anything.
It sucks, man. I can't remember the last thing I forgot.
January 25th and 26th. Crash clinic.
Oh yeah, that'd be my 10th car crashing clinic.
Dang.
10th.
And you said you're gonna have a UFC fighter there, right? Or MMA fighter?
There's a gentleman named Frank Trigg who fought Matt Hughes for the middleweight championship of the world in the UFC. Frank Trigg. Yeah, pull up a picture of Frank. I've been working a lot with Frank. Our first time we worked together was on Hawaii 5-0 over on the islands. And then we've been working on the Lioness together. There he is, Frank Trigg. That dude. And I think the fight with him and Matt Hughes has been one of the most viewed fights of all the MMA fights because it was so freaking violent and just brutal. But yeah, now he's also a referee. He works as a ref on a lot of fights. But he great man, extremely intelligent, fun guy to be around.
Is he? And where's he at? He's based. Is he out of Texas?
No, he's in California.
Oh, okay.
He's in yeah. Look at him. He's yeah. He was a fighting machine, man.
If you're stout and bald and taller than me, I'm gonna try to be your best friend because you know I know you're gonna kick my ass.
I'm trying to be your best friend.
I'll be like, hey, cue ball. Like, well, who said that? It's that guy.
But yeah, so he's going to be at my car crashing clinic, and I've got a couple other students coming in from Canada. But my wife and I, Sally, we were talking about it, going. The people that I've had thus far have come from Berlin, Germany, from Australia, from Indonesia.
That's crazy.
Mexico City, a couple dozen from Canada, all over the United States. And I'm realizing, oh, that's right, because I'm the only car crashing clinic in the world. No one teaches this shit. It's like, how do you learn to do pipe ramps and jumps and cannon rolls, and not just how to do them, but the equipment to use so you don't get injured, and then what to expect from the preparation of the vehicle.
Right.
So there's these three phases that I try to teach, all about the safety first, because you want to have a career. That means you don't want to get paralyzed or killed.
Right.
And so you got to, and I'm a big believer in repetition is the mother of all skill. And it's what gets me sometimes with some guys tell me they went to a stunt driving school. Like Rick Seaman is probably one of the most respected, him and Bobby Orr, as putting on stunt driving schools. But to say that you went to Rick Seaman's school for the weekend and now you're a professional stunt driver is like me saying I went to the NBA camp over the weekend. And so if Michael Jordan ever gets hurt, let me come in there. I got you. Yeah.
I went to camp for a week.
I went to an NBA clinic. I went to a car crashing clinic. No, it's just, but not having the knowledge at all, your chances of succeeding are very slim. Your chances of hurting somebody on the set are greatly increased. So I feel good about it because I'm getting too old to continue doing that stuff, even though I did 3 cannon rolls in 24, which is a lot for a year, you know, and crashed countless cars.
Hell of more than I've ever done.
Yeah. So far.
Well,
in this new year, who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a profession that I think someday we're going to look back in our rearview mirror and go, oh, yeah, remember when we used to. But when you've got directors like Michael Bay, who wants to be surrounded by the realism, he wants the real thing. We all know you could go and CGI and computer generate all those images, but it's not the real deal. And part of filmmaking is the little kid in us that want to come out and tell stories and do things that have never been done, or, you know, and there's something about that element of the danger that is real on the set that day. That is, it's a gravity. It just, people gravitate toward it. And if that wasn't true, then there wouldn't be more people on the set that day that have come from the production office, that have come from the studio to the location to watch the stunt. You know, so there's still a thirst. There's a craving for it. Maybe someday that'll be lost, but I think what we need to do, and I have some ideas I can't share because they're my ideas, but the new car stunt ideas. There's new things that have never been done. And after a while, you see the same old thing after a while. Like back in the 80s, it was the pipe ramp.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was the pipe ramp. It was the jumps, you know, Dukes, Fall Guy,
Knight
Rider, Hardcastle, and McCormick. They're all the jumps. We don't do many jumps anymore.
You don't really see many jumps.
No,
it's usually just like if it's a little jump, it's like just into the back part of a vehicle just to have that wreck, you know?
Yeah.
You know, like they're in that chase and they push them over just a little bit. It's like, but
yeah,
you're not seeing people.
Yeah, fly to the last big jump my son-in-law did was on Fall Guy, the movie.
Yeah, with Ryan Gosling. And
yeah, he jumped as a charger actually, from ramp to ramp. And that was the other thing. I've never jumped. Well, I have. I've jumped a couple times ramp to ramp, but the majority of the time it was ramp to ground, ramp to ground. And people want to see that destruction of the vehicle when it hits. And
Well, I mean, you think people go to watch hockey just to watch hockey?
no, never once did I watch Evel Knievel make a jump hoping he was going to make it successfully.
Yeah, he makes it, and you're like,
Ah, what a bummer.
cool.
Yeah. Hey, good for you.
Yeah.
I wanted to see him crash.
Yeah.
Why do people slow down when they go by wrecks?
Yeah.
There's a
And then cause another wreck.
big accident in the intersection. I'm going to slow down to check it out.
You're just like watching it the whole time, and
Yeah.
you're like, go.
It's just human nature, So
Well, because I mean, being a stuntman, you do a bunch of crazy stuff, So when you kind of see crazy stuff, you're kind of like, that's normal or whatever. Like you're kind of used to it, Normal people, they see something out of the ordinary, and they're like, "Is that King Kong?" And it's like, it's just a wreck, bro. Like, carry on,
Yeah.
But no, that's really cool. Can't wait. Hopefully, a bunch of your ideas will come out and get made and done. And
Yeah. And some of them are pretty out there.
that's
So
kind.
yeah.
An idea is just an idea until it's done, and that determines if it's good or bad.
that's a good philosophy.
Most of mine have been bad, but this one's been pretty good. So let's keep it going. You got anything else?
Let's see. I just pull up two more photos, two random photos.
Okay.
This has been a lot of fun for me because you forget, and when you see the photos, you're like, oh my gosh, yes. There's a good one. That was now. I think I sent that to the Howard Stern show when Robin, his co-host, was accusing me of lying that I didn't do stunts for Tom Cruise, because we all know that Tom does his own stunts.
Of course.
And that's when I'm like, no, he doesn't do all his own stunts. His first stunt double was Buddy Joe Hooker when they did Top Gun. Then there was a guy named Keith Campbell, and there was Jimmy Roberts doing all the motorcycle stuff for him on Night and Day. And there's Casey O'Neill that became his stunt double and did all of his action films. And this Corey Eubanks guy, he doubled him. And
Who's that?
Yeah. And she's like, well, are you saying that Tom's a liar? I go, I'm saying that he is that word that you want to use when someone's not telling the truth. Whatever that word is, Robin, that's what he is.
A fibber.
A fibber. And so, yeah, now on this movie, Far and Away, he did ride the horse and he did do some riding shots, but he then didn't know that when you're going down a hill and there's a little creek at the bottom, like a 4-foot width,
mm-hmm.
and it goes up the hill on the other side, that the horse is going to want to jump to get over that little creek. And Tom didn't know that. And so he went out the back door and landed on his back and had the wind knocked out of him. And then they're like, okay, that no more. He's not riding anymore. And, but what was really funny about this, when we would go to base camp in the morning, we would get on horseback and we'd ride for 2 hours to go to the location.
Oh, wow.
When we recreated the Oklahoma land rush in Billings, Montana. And I remember when we went out scouting, because Walter Scott was the stunt coordinator and Ron Howard and Mikhail Solomon, the director of photography, and we're on this scout so we could see where we are, what ditches and rocks, or are there any barbed wire fences out here? Because we're going to recreate this land rush with 600 horses being ridden.
Holy shit.
195 wagons. Some of them were, there were 2-ups and there was a couple 6-ups, meaning there were three teams.
Mm-hmm.
And then 200 people on foot. And we're out there scouting. And I remember Ron Howard rode up alongside me and to talk to me about using his dad Rance in this movie that I did use him in. And he became my writing partner. But I remember, I go, Ron, can I just ask you a question? What Corey? And as he's bouncing up and down in the saddle, you can tell he can't ride very well. Toes are pointed down. And I said, we're doing the Oklahoma land rush, right? He goes, yeah. I go, do you know we're in Billings, Montana? He goes, yeah. I go, doesn't Oklahoma look like Oklahoma? He goes, oh, it's a long story. And then he started to ride away. And that's when he reined back and pulled back and started. He says, I hear you're going to be making a movie. I go, I am making a movie with you. It's called Far and Away. He goes, no, you're producing your own film. I go, yeah, I am. How did you? Well, word sure travels fast out here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And that's when he asked me if I'd use his dad, Rance, and then his brother, Clint. And I did both.
That's
But
so cool.
yeah, that was a great film. It was a lot of fun. And I remember Terry Leonard, the guy I showed you there with Sly Stallone, and Terry Leonard saying, because we looked around, you have 600 people on horseback. He goes, boys, look around. You'll never see this again. This will all be CGI. And I don't think they've ever had 600 people on horses, in one shot ever before. And they shot that on a film stock that the idea they thought it was a 65 millimeter. It's big. Each frame was like that big, not a 35, but a 65 millimeter. And they thought it was capture more, whatever, but it didn't work out. I don't know. I guess if it did, we'd still be doing it today.
Yeah.
But it didn't
Now
work
it's all
out.
digital.
But yeah, one of my funnest films to ever work on was Far and Away. I got another day, another time. Anytime you come back to it, I'll be like, well, then there was another thing. Yeah, there was some.
Well, yeah, like I said, we'll do segments at times where I'll pull up like shows or movies and we'll talk, 20, 30 minutes about just that movie or show,
Awesome.
I'll try to find a bunch of footage and be like, did you do this stunt or did you do this or whatever, because sometimes I'll sit here on the computer and I'll sit there for 6 hours and not even realize it. And I'm just like going through, seeing all this stuff and I'll be like, yeah, I saw this or I saw that, so I think it'd be really cool to do that.
That'll be cool. My BMX days, bicycle motocross. That was a company that Ernie Alexander started called the NBA, the National Bicycle Association. And his son created the Fast House logo brand right now, Kenny Alexander. And yeah, that was at a track called Yarnell. It was a downhill track. There were so many wrecks. You knew you were going to crash.
Mhm.
You went to Yarnell, the downhill track. But yeah, I was 15 years old right there. 14 or 15, one of the two. But those were good days.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Well, hey, again, this has been fun. I look forward. Oh, hey, look at that.
Your favorite coffee?
My favorite coffee. Now, some people say that looks like, I still don't get it. No, maybe it does. Yeah.
Oh, no, I see it now.
Depends on how you look at it, huh?
Oh, man.
Oh, well, Skylar, thank you so much, buddy. Oh, wait, go down. There's a picture of me riding a bull.
Yeah.
That was at Gary LaFuse, man. Those were good days when I was filling my permit riding bulls so I could get my PRCA card and go rodeoing. That was the first rodeo. It says right there, first annual in Simi Valley days. I won that. I and only made a 69-point ride, which a lot of people would say that's not very good. It was the best score that day.
Yeah. You mean it wasn't that good? Yeah, I won.
I won first place.
Was that where you would go? That announcer one time was like, "I'm the blonde bomber."
No, that was Bob Tallman.
Okay.
Yeah, but that gentleman, I don't know who that announcer was that day. I thought it might have been Bob Weiss, but I'm not sure.
We need to find some more pictures like this or whatever, and we'll sit there and have a little segment where you talk about the PRCA.
Sure.
That'd be really cool.
Because, that was like my hobby.
Yeah.
I never made enough money to pay. Thank God I was working on the Dukes of Hazzard and I had a steady income to pay for my rodeo habit,
Right.
But good times.
I'll give you a little preview of what probably next week will be.
Wow. Also, if we could, last time you had brought up some films, and we could just dissect one of the movies.
Yeah. I was talking about that time. David was talking about the General Lee slamming the ground that time.
Yeah.
Like I found I can't remember if I saved it on here, if it's on YouTube, but it was just like a montage of just the General Lee jumping and doing all kinds of stuff. And I was going to have you watch it and just pick out if you did that or if you did this one kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We can.
Hey, could you go down for a sec and keep scrolling down and go to that picture there on the left that has the helicopter? Go right there. I would like to someday get that blown up into a photo like what we have back here. because
Just like that.
that's a bad day at the office. That was the stunt when it went wrong.
We can do that, and I'll try to get like the little TikTok watermark and stuff off, and we'll have that, and then in letters it'll say "bad day at the office."
Bad day at the office.
Yeah.
That was when all hell broke loose. It went wrong because one cannon fired. I told you that story.
Okay. Oh yeah.
But I just think that's not a picture you see very often.
I think this was
Yeah, I think that was, and that's
Oh yeah, it's just like showing the inside and stuff
just
like
the
that.
whole building of that bus and those guys trying to figure it out. That
That's a lot of steel.
oh, dude, they added so much weight because it was a unibody. There was no frame, so they had to build a double decker frame, which added 12,000 pounds to the bus.
Oh my God, you had to load them from the top?
Yeah, they couldn't lift it. Those poles were 7 foot tall. They weighed 385 pounds.
It's crazy that you load them from the top and it shoots out the bottom.
Yeah.
Did it ever shoot out the top at any point?
No, because if you continue, you'll see the inside of the bus, the caps that they put on top of those cannons. That's actually the pole. That's like, call it the bullet that's going to come out, right? And then when those are inside and okay, see he's loading it in there, the bolts right there.
Oh, okay.
They put a cap once that goes down. I don't know if there's another shot that shows that. Yeah, see now they're putting all those bolts. That's what keeps it from shooting out the top.
Okay, then all the hose goes in with all the pressure and
Yeah, each one of those was taking 52,000 pounds of nitrogen.
And there was four?
Three,
but only two shot.
only one fired on the first take. That's what that disaster. I said a bad day at the office.
Yeah.
That's when only one fired, and then on the second attempt, only two fired. And
like maybe the third attempt they would have all fired.
I don't know the rate we were going. We're picking up one every time,
Yeah.
but it rolled 3.5 times, and it became known as it is to this date the biggest vehicular stunt in the history of filmmaking, as far as the size, the mass, the weight. It's the biggest.
I mean, dude, that's a big fucking bus.
That's 42,000 pounds. That's 21 tons. And we were talking to these physicists about it. Hey, if you took 21 tons and you flew it down the highway at, let's say 60, and you threw it up 7 feet in the air so it can spin, it hits the ground, what's that impact going to be? They're like, we don't know. What's the temperature going to be that day? I'm like, what? Is there going to be a wind blowing? What direction is the wind blowing? How they, unless you tell them everything, they will not. They didn't want to be on the hook for it. Yeah, see, and a lot of people are oblivious to how much work goes into all of that, and then the story behind it all, with two different gentlemen using two different sizes of bungee cord to roll open the ball valves. When I hit one button, it hits these quick releases. Who would have thought that little attention to detail, the bungee cord wasn't strong enough to roll these two ball valves open because there was so much pressure pushing against the ball valve? We'll have to go into...
We'll go in full detail one day.
I have hundreds of photos about this. That Universal Studios, we have footage that Universal Studios doesn't even know it exists.
Yeah, well, we can't get copyrighted then.
I never showed you the documentary, did I?
I don't think so.
I'll have to bring my computer over and show you. It's like a 12 or 15 minute, just a short documentary on this. So I talk about the footage that's...
Dude, it could be 12 hours. I'm going to watch it.
Dude, you're going to love it. Seriously.
I love documentaries, and especially with stuff like this. Like I said, growing up, I'd see movies and I'm like, whoa, that's so cool. Like that. I can't believe the actor did that. And then I find out, oh no, it's stuntmen and women. And I'm like, whoa, that's really cool. And then that's like, cause I remember watching a Cliffhanger growing up, and the part where like they're going across and stuff like that. I remember it because of Ace Ventura, when he makes fun of it with the raccoon or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, we had this like jungle gym that had this bar across, and I just rigged up this like harness looking thing, and I'm all like scurrying across, and I'm like, yeah, this is cool. Snap. Boom. And I hit the ground, and I was like, that's even cooler.
Yeah.
So I got like used to falling and stuff. I was a dude jumping out of trees and stuff, and people would be like, you're gonna break your leg, and I'd land and roll and just keep going, and they're like, you're gonna feel that in the future, and I'm like, well, do it now.
Yeah.
That's why I skateboarded for 10 years, you know, so I'm a
Hey.
professional at falling.
You are. You learn how to not hit hard. You disbursement of energy.
That whole rolling and stuff.
Yeah, shit, that comes in handy.
Like right when if you're falling backwards, I do know you're supposed to kind of, if you can, try to let out the air, like blow it out before you hit, so that way you're not like when you hit the ground. Yeah. I know some stuff, you know. I mean, my brother used to ride bulls and stuff like that, and I tried to get on one day, but they weren't bucking bulls that day, and I was like, ah, damn it. I was like, yeah, you scared bulls. I would have rode you good or something.
It always sucks when they step on you. Or
yeah, my brother had one. He had a big old bruise on his thigh, and every time he'd mess with me, I'd just be like, boop.
Yeah. How's that feel?
Yeah.
Well, hey, again, Skylar, thank you. This has been fun.
Of course, man.
It's been fun for me, and I hope as we progress on doing this that more people viewers, you know, enjoy hearing these type of stories. And
I think a lot of them will enjoy being able to see you too.
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of people like seeing, you know.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I'm not really looking to them. I'm mostly looking at you, but every once in a while I look over.
Gotta give them a good.
Yeah. I say, Skylar's full of shit. He's not well today. But again, thank you so much, man, for reviving Stunt Stories.
3, 2, 1, drop.